Samuel Ba tells us more.
This purely traditional Mandinka festival, believed to be many centuries old, is being revived as it was on the brink of fading away. As such, stakeholders like the Ministry of Tourism and Culture and the National Council for Arts and Culture attach great importance to the event.
We may have the raw material, but we are not responsible for marketing and promotions, or we are responsible for promotion, but we are not responsible for marketing of some of these things beyond. So it is for the tourism people, you understand, sector, to work with us, like I said, to showcase these cultural forms, promote them in order to attract tourists. And what I intend to do is to make sure that these cultural festivals are included in our calendar of events.
Usman Kebe emphasized that tourism, especially in the hinterland, can be harnessed by such rich cultures. Kebe further buttressed the need to hold on to the country's unique cultures and as such promote them.
Culture was very important, and we need to summarize and hold on to culture for prosperity.
Aside from its entertaining nature, the Burang Cultural Festival, according to some, is one way of dispelling evil spirits through the Kankurang masquerade. Whether that myth is still relevant or not, Tijan Dabo spoke about the significance of the traditional Koze Cultural Festival.
According to what they used to tell us, that is, the founder of the village was a pagan. According to how they explain, he was a pagan. So that was somebody who came. There were two in number. So the other one is a Muslim, the other one is a pagan. So the pagan people were doing it. So okay, these Muslim people, his children used to go there. So he doesn't want them to be going there. So he then decided to create something so that his children just to avoid his children to be going to.
Present at the cultural festival was the LRR governor, who also talked about the importance of culture in Gambian society. He said that culture needs to be passed on to future generations for preservation of the good value it teaches. The festival attracted lots of people from within and outside the country, including a handful of tourists. This lady explains why she graced the event and reinforced comments that the culture, especially the Burang Koze festival, needs to be taken seriously.
It's very, very important because it's our culture. We find that our parents are doing it, so we also want to keep it alive.
The purpose of the Burang Cultural Festival is to enhance continuity of a tradition that was once threatened by modernization. With such a cultural heritage that bodes well for our tourism sector, expectations are that many more communities will support ongoing efforts aimed at reviving the rich cultural endowments that make the Gambia a unique land. Samuel Ba, GRTS.
We'll take a short break. Stay tuned.
Lucozade Energy, energizing Gambia.
Welcome back. The welfare of students attending Quranic memorization schools in Senegal has been brought to the fore once more, following the death of 9 children in a fire outbreak at a madrasa in Dakar, and clashes in the Kenyan coastal city of Mombasa have left more than 10 people dead. Tensions have been running high in the area in the run-up to the general election. For more on those stories and others, we turn to this African News Roundup.
Athlete in a fire at a Quranic school in the Senegalese capital, Dakar. 40 children were reportedly crammed into one room when the fire started in the Medina neighborhood. The fire broke out at about 11 on Sunday night. The cause was not immediately clear. The incident raises crucial questions about Quranic schools in Senegal. These are often clandestine establishments that take in thousands of children. The children live in poor conditions and are believed to be exploited as beggars. At least 12 people, including 6 policemen, were killed in clashes in Kenya's coastal city of Mombasa on Monday. Police suspect members of the Mombasa Republican Council, a group seeking the secession of the coastal region. The attacks do not appear to have seriously perturbed general elections taking place. 400 officers have been sent to the coastal province to reinforce security. French prosecutors called for a former captain in the Rwandan army to be put on trial in what would be France's first prosecution for Rwanda's 1994 genocide. Investigating magistrates will decide whether Pascal Simbekangwa will face charges of complicity in genocide. He was arrested on the French island of Mayotte in 2008 under an international arrest warrant. In 2010, France set up a unit to try cases of genocide and crimes against humanity involving suspects detained in France.
Thousands of enthusiastic Kenyan voters have been waiting in lines to cast their votes in Kibera and other places. Voting started as early as 6 a.m. and the Electoral Commission says the results should be available within 48 hours. The aftermath of the last poll was marred by election violence. Let's look at this report for more on how voting fared.
An enormous crowd turned out at the polling station in the shanty town of Kibera at 6 in the morning to vote. Some arrived at 3 to be sure to get their vote in. Over 14 million Kenyans are registered to vote in this presidential election.
Yeah, very eager indeed. See, I'm prepared. My tools are right here with me. My ID and my voter's card.
This is the largest shanty town in Africa, and no one here wants to see a repeat of the violence that erupted in 2007. At that time, protesters took to the streets to denounce what they said was vote rigging, and the demonstrations resulted in a bloodbath.
This time it's okay, but a month later, if at all it goes to a runoff situation, then it could be a little bit tense because we have now two parties, you know.
In addition to a president, voters are choosing their county representative, deputy, senator, governor, and a female representative to the National Assembly. There are 47 seats out of 290 reserved for women. To avoid fraud, the IEBC Electoral Commission is using a biometric system to identify voters. And civil society is involved. This voter is also an observer for one of the many local NGOs. He is also a host for Kibera News Network, a channel available on the internet. He says that this time around it's nothing at all like in 2007.
IEBC have done a good job, and even the security, the police, the reforms that have been done, the judiciary, the police reform, and the IEBC in place, they have put good mechanism to make us not go back to where we were in 2007.
99,000 police officers have been deployed across the country to ensure that everything goes over smoothly. But yesterday, a police spokesman warned of attempts to disrupt voting, especially in Kibera.
We have gotten intelligence reliably that certain persons were planning to put on uniforms which resemble that of the police and use it to terrorize innocent members of the public.
Police have called on people to return home after voting and to wait patiently for the preliminary results. The Electoral Commission said early results should be available within 48 hours.
Researchers in the United States say a baby born with HIV, the virus that causes AIDS, has been cured after receiving early treatment. And Venezuelan President Hugo Chavez has returned to his country after the latest round of cancer treatment in Cuba. But since his return, Chavez has not been seen in public. Now some Venezuelans want to know more about their ailing president's health status. We have more on those stories and others in this roundup.
According to Syria's Human Rights Observatory, 200 troops and rebels were killed in 8 days of fighting over a police academy in the Aleppo province. the rebels gained control of the police academy on Sunday. Moaz al-Khatib, the president of the Syrian National Coalition, visited areas under rebel control in the north of the country. He had crossed into Syria from Turkey and stayed only a few hours to take stock of the situation.